Hey guys, welcome back to the Locker Room Podcast. I'm your host, Oliver, as always, joined by Sharpie.
Hello.
And we have Lachie returning, thankfully.
How are we, gents?
Oh, not too bad. Better now you're here.
Yeah, good to be back. Good to be back.
Now, you won't be a part of our first segment here, and it's a new one, so it's accountability. So obviously we had our multis last week, and we see if we got up or we lost. Sharpie, we'll go to you first, actually, because you've got some good news.
Yeah, all my games got up. It was awesome.
Did you put it on?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I didn't win much, but because they were pretty much favourites.
Oh,
yeah.
well, the Warriors weren't favourites, and the Knicks were like $1.90 favourites.
Yeah, don't know.
You got to let the
How's the heart rate after that game today, Liam? Has it relaxed yet?
No, keep watching the highlights. I just love watching it. But
we'll get onto that.
Yeah. So I'm glad the three games got up. So.
Well, I had a bit tougher luck. The Bills obviously lost somehow to the Titans. I mean, I say somehow. Derrick Henry,
the king.
That was ridiculous. That 75-yard touchdown run that he did. God.
Man's a freak.
And then Josh Allen slipping on a 4th and 1, just nothing going my way. And then somehow it doesn't matter anyway because Portland somehow lose to the Kings. Shout out to Sam. He's great Portland Trailblazers. Bloody trash. Anyway, we'll get on to this week.
That's rich.
Yeah. We'll get on to this week. So my weekly multi. I have the Hornets beating the Cavs, the Pacers beating the Wizards, the Nets beating the Sixers, Bulls beating the Pelicans, the Ravens winning, Packers winning, Patriots winning, and Raiders winning. So I haven't exactly got the odds for that yet because I need to wait for tomorrow morning to put that on. But I'll probably put it on Twitter what the odds are of that multi. So did you want to go next, Lachie?
Jeez, Patriots is a danger game.
What's that?
Patriots is a danger game. You guys lose to the Jets.
We're versing the Jets. What's Zach Wilson going to do? Throw 6 interceptions?
Yeah, nice. You got one more win than them this season.
Doesn't matter. Mac Jones is the best quarterback in the league.
Oh, God, now I've heard it all.
Anyway, what are your legs?
Look, I'm going to go with Sharpie's Hawks. I've got to pick
are they
one
beating the Knicks or are they?
No, against Dallas. No, not that game. They're playing them on Sunday, I'm pretty sure. Atlanta are playing Dallas.
Yep.
So I'll take Atlanta. I'm going to take my Heat over the Bucks.
Oh,
fresh. Haven't played
a
game yet. Fresh.
Ooh.
Fresh. I still think they'll lose, but I'm going to put them in there anyway just because I'm a loyal fan. And then I'm going to go with my Panthers against the Giants. If they lose that game, you probably won't ever see me on this again.
Darnold's got no receivers to throw to, though.
Doesn't help. I'm going to go the Titans over the Chiefs. And then I'm going to go the Packers as well. And I think that'll do me because all the other games are a bit...
Yeah.
Yeah, you going?
I did not put the Chiefs in there because, one, I want to see them lose. And two, I don't actually know if they will lose. So
there could be some absolute bloodbaths this week. Like the Ravens are playing the Bengals. Bengals have been playing right with there. It could be a bloodbath. Yeah. And then the Rams are playing the Detroit Lions.
Well, that's going to be that's Goff's return to LA and Stafford's.
Correct.
I think it's in LA. So, but
yes, it is. Yes,
one thing you got going for the Titans though, Chiefs can't defend the run. I remember Allen when they versed the Bills. Josh Allen killed him. So,
mate, he ran for 143 yards, 3 touchdowns on 20 carries, and averaged 7.2 yards per carry.
Jesus.
That's almost give it to him, and that's a first down.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
How do you want it?
And
then they got AJ Brown and Julio Jones,
the Dolphins legend.
What do you want?
Ryan Tannehill.
Ryan Tannehill, the man.
So
yeah. Oh boy, all of a sudden it's really bright in there.
Had to change it up. It was getting a bit dark.
You
and
just click your fingers.
Yep. Sharpie, what have you got since you've one for the year?
Just gotta, since I'm play it safe again with another simple 3-legger. I've got Brooklyn to beat the Lakers. I've got Oklahoma State in college football to beat Kansas State. My Cowboys 6-0 at the moment, loving it.
Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys. And I've got Everton to beat Watford on the weekend.
Oh,
I think with
Premier
Watford's
League one.
Abysmal performance against Liverpool as expected. So
go on.
You expect Watford to lose that game as well.
We've got Liverpool versus Man United. I've completely forgot about that game this weekend.
Did you see that? Did you see that Ben Foster actually had Salah in his fantasy team?
Ben Foster.
The keeper from
he
Watford.
actually did. I've heard that.
He kept on the weekend, and
so that's why he let him score.
Yeah, well, apparently a lot of people are upset about that. Like within the team are upset because they're thinking that he did it on purpose for his fantasy. But
come off it.
You made some good saves.
Surely. I know it's kind of
saying,
fair, but my God.
People are saying, like, how can players not bet on games, but they're allowed to do fantasy in that? Like,
yeah.
You got to let the players have some fun too. I mean,
true.
I know, but when it comes to,
I see where they're coming from.
When especially as a goalkeeper, you can. That's when the easy of like match fixing can occur. So
I have a quick question about your first leg. When does the Nets play Lakers?
I think it might be on Sunday.
Is it that?
I think.
Is it that early?
I think it's Sunday. It's either Sunday or.
I don't think the Lakers play the Nets. You sure that wasn't Christmas Day?
I think I may have got the wrong date.
I think you've got Christmas Day's game.
Yeah, it just popped up. My bad.
Yeah, you would have Christmas Day's
I thought it was coming because I don't know the actual whole fixture. So yeah, that's my bad.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll take that one out then.
I am a bit unprepared this week. I've forgotten to write down the tips again, but I've got them up. So it's that time of the week.
Slugs. Horsey tips.
All right. So this week, he's coming off a perfect week last week, even though one of his tips was a scratching. So first of all, he has race 9 at Randwick, number 6 in Trivier. I think you've had him before. Race 2 at Mooney Valley, number 10, Starry Legend. And his each way of the day is actually tomorrow night on a Friday. Race 7 at Mooney Valley, number 2, Jonker. So I'm a bit confused by that because there's 2 Mooney Valleys, so I don't know exactly what the go is there. But he's had a perfect week.
They can do trots and then they can do harness as well.
Oh, true. Well, there you go. Oh, Jonker's exactly. Actually, anyway. Moving on, opening day. I picked both winners in another multi, but obviously the rest of the legs didn't get up. We'll start with the Bucks Nets. Was anyone surprised?
I was surprised the Bucks blew out.
I knew the Bucks were going to come out hot off the gate. Hot out the gate. Yeah, but I didn't expect it. I expected it just to be a close one. I didn't expect. Obviously, Giannis to have 32 and 14. You expect someone to have something like that. I was a bit disappointed to see Drew Holiday come down with an injury so quickly on as well.
Especially for your fantasy.
Yeah, that wasn't good, but he's been listed as a game time decision. So
I think that's even more impressive for the Bucks. They held on without Drew for like the second half.
I think Grayson Allen kind of stepped up, and really also good. Jordan War as well.
Actually made it worth his $20 million contract.
Yeah, 2 years, $20 million. Not bad.
Hey, he's earned it.
Pick up.
Yeah, I reckon he's earned it.
But
can we just take a minute to talk about Giannis's jump shot?
Yeah, that's scary.
It do be
scary.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
It looks a lot.
He's not afraid. He's not afraid either to pull it.
No, like it's
No hesitation.
No,
It does.
let's
It doesn't
not
look
talk
as
about that,
slow.
man.
Like it's not. He's not like you can't see much of the
Yeah.
elbow in it now.
Yeah.
Like he's not
Like
like
it was
actually cocking it
was
back.
real sort of jerky, wasn't it? It was real
Had a bit
yeah,
of
I don't know
me
how to
about it,
describe
Lachie.
It's not even on that level, Ollie. We're not even going there. Yeah, it's just that's Hall of Fame Chuck.
It worked.
and Hall of Fame.
But
Blue.
no, it looks really good. Like I've seen it in preseason. I'm thinking, oh yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then it was like one of the first players of the game pops up. Like, yeah, no worries. I think it was over Blake, and Blake was sort of standing off him, and he just went, "I can boss. See you later."
Okay, I know he only shot 1 3, but yeah, it was still nice. The jump shot still be looking, and
That's
obviously
still one more than
he's
our good mate on this podcast.
and and obviously shooting like free throws as well. Were they counting down? I didn't.
No,
hear them.
he's got a 5-second release now. They've practiced it in training, and
Yeah,
they've
that's
got it down
good.
to 5 seconds.
Wasn't it at home? Wasn't it at the? Yeah, because they did the ring ceremony. Why would they count down?
Yeah, they wouldn't count down in Milwaukee.
I don't know. You could have seen the Nets fans just there doing it.
But
True. Very true.
How impressive was Patty Mills though? Playing for Australia.
What was he? 7 for 7?
Yeah, from 3 he was.
Yeah.
He just kept him in
Man's
it.
king. Man's king.
I think obviously the Nets are going to breeze through nearly every other team they verse in the East and stuff, but they've got a massive problem with Giannis whenever they're going to face him because they've just got no big bodies. They tried to put Griffin on him, didn't work. Tried to put James Johnson.
KD's lengthy enough, like he's long enough, but he's not strong enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's where DeAndre Jordan probably would have been useful, even though he's probably not the best matchup. He's still a better matchup than what they've got.
But even like you've seen it last year in the finals, like they tried that with DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah.
And that still didn't work. Like Jordan's probably more agile than Ayton. But
I think he's got that better knowledge as a defender as well.
Yeah.
Ayton
probably
was
got
defending
smarter
him
help
pretty
too.
poorly. Yeah.
Nicholas Claxton's trying.
He's just too skinny. Big lanky man. But
wait till he gets to Poku. He's got no chance against Poku.
It was
exactly.
Was it Giannis block on Claxton? I think it was.
Yeah, that was unreal.
That was a
he
nice
actually looked good
well.
though. That Claxton bloke, he didn't look too bad.
Yeah, he looks very decent.
He's going to get a lot.
Apart from that one play,
he's going to be getting a lot of minutes for the Nets team, so they'll hopefully help his development.
He's a young player. Is just sit under there like Bogut did for the Warriors and catch rebounds, and just dunk the ball.
And it's going to happen a lot with Harden. So
exactly, you have a great passer like Harden in your team, so he's going to get the ball a lot.
Correct.
But well, I'm not surprised the Bucks won though. I mean, it was what $1.90 each way. So
but I didn't know which way it was going to go. I had no idea. But Giannis just looks like an absolute he's.
Before we move on, do you think he can win MVP again this year?
100% he can. 100%
I think he can.
I think he will after if he keeps going the way he's going. Like that game just looked like he's still a man on a mission. Like he's still got something to prove, even though he doesn't really.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said that he still doesn't think he's the greatest, and he's still obviously that's just him being humble. But he is the best player in the NBA.
Yeah,
obviously for himself to not think that's fair. But I do think he can go back to back with the titles. So
be interesting. I want them to beat the Nets, but I don't know if they. Depends what happens in the rest of the league, to be honest. But we'll move on to the second game of the day, and I was so happy with this game because everyone knows how much I hate the Lakers. Obviously, the Warriors winning. The big three for the Lakers somewhat showed up. Who wants to go first on this?
2/3 of them did.
It was nice. You want to go?
I'll let you go, Sharpie. Sorry. No, you go.
Yeah, it was good to see. Obviously, like the Warriors back, sort of. Obviously, with Curry getting a triple double, it was nice. He shot the ball okay. I guess that 5 for 21 was a bit scary.
Is that okay?
Okay, less. We'll go with less than okay. He was also Jordan Poole, coming off a great preseason. He's looking nice as well. He's going to obviously taking that Clay spot as for now. And, I think when Clay comes back, he's going to have a bit of competition, but you never know about that. We'd be elites there also.
Oh,
He
my
looked-
favorite role player.
He looked really nice off the bench.
He fits that team perfectly. He's kind of a, I wouldn't say a spitting image, but he's kind of a David Lee 2.0 for that team, which is probably a big statement because David Lee obviously did a lot more, but he fits their system perfectly because he can put the ball on the ground and he can shoot threes. And
Yeah.
I mean, I find it kind of obviously the Lakers are going to play more together, but the Warriors didn't have Kuminga. They didn't have Clay. Obviously, they didn't have Wiseman, and that was Moody's first game. I mean, I feel like my prediction of Warriors finishing above Lakers is looking good, even though it's only been one game.
I was gonna say he's calling it early.
I'm calling it early. I'm confident
Shit.
with it, but
My goodness.
what did you see, Lachie?
Oh, I think AD looked. How much better did he look with Rondo?
He did look a lot.
Oh man!
Now that you
like,
brought that
just
up, though, Westbrook and Rondo should not have been on the court at the same time.
Wow,
I
there
don't
was
know.
actually a stat that I seen, and I've written it down here that the Lakers were down 21 points in the 14 minutes that Carmelo and Russ were on the court together.
Carmelo and Russ, Jesus.
Yeah. So the two
Carmelo
of them
was
when they were on
pulling
the court,
everything.
Like they're gonna get better.
Yeah.
Like and they're, in my opinion, they're built for the playoffs because they're slower. Like they come up against fast-paced offenses like that.
Yeah.
The old boys aren't. They're not going to be able
Yeah.
to keep up. So yeah, I think once they get to the playoffs, it'll be a different ball game, and by then, who knows where they'll be at. But yeah, LeBron and AD look really good, but it was the side pieces, and their defense looked pretty shit at times too. Didn't look great. Like the Warriors just moved the ball around however they wanted a lot of the time and got open shots, and they were all scrambling, looking at each other like, fuck, where do we go? So got a bit to work on, I think.
As much as I don't like LeBron, his shot even looks more smoother than what it did last year.
Yeah.
He was just stroking the fades. He was obviously he knows that he's losing his fitness, so that's it. Really, the only thing he's probably working on in the gym is just his jump shot. But
yeah,
Still play 36 minutes.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's still got the tank on him. But I was watching. There was several times in the game, Westbrook's in the corner, and they're literally he's got his hands on his hips, and the defender's standing in the key. Whereas if that's Buddy Hield and they went for him instead, someone's sticking to him like glue, and that whole lane just opens up. So I think now it's probably a bad trade for them to go for Westbrook instead of Hield. Even though I don't like Hield, he's an elite shooter.
No, I agree.
And he can
I
also
agree.
defend as well.
Yeah.
Definitely agree with that.
Pause.
But it'll be
Pause.
yeah.
No, it's fine. Keep going.
I was gonna say I was just gonna keep going while you just fucking you talk to him.
Anyway, but I think they should have gone for Hield, but obviously you can't really take that back now. But Avery Bradley I like for the Lakers, but one thing I was surprised I didn't see, and you did see it during the game, is AD wasn't playing center, didn't start center. I thought they were going to make that move this off season, but if they're not making it this season, I don't know when they're going to make it. To be honest,
literally.
They probably don't want him up against physical players and stuff. But the thing is, that Warriors didn't have a center to begin with, so it was barbecue chicken for AD the whole game.
So I don't know why
he
they
went
don't
to the
wanna do
post. He went to the post a lot. So
well, he went to the post a lot. Yeah,
Kevon Looney didn't play many minutes, and you don't expect him to play many minutes at all. But
well, when Draymond Green got the first two early fouls in the first quarter, every single play after that was straight to AD because he was just getting on like 6'9" players and 6'8".
Yeah.
No ones, and obviously he's gonna.
So that's obviously what they're going to miss without Wiseman at the moment. So. You know the projected time when he's meant to be back, or
I wouldn't have a clue.
No, I looked at him for the fantasy team. I looked down, but I forget when it was because I ended up picking Marvin Bagley instead. Yeah, how good was that?
That is such a stupid situation. What's going on there? They're not going to get anything for him.
He's meant to be reevaluated on November 1st.
Yeah.
What? That's like 2 weeks.
Mm.
Oh wait, is that Wiseman?
sure, but-
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking
Mm.
Marvin Bagley, and I'm like, revalued in what way?
So he's been given the green light to increase his activity in workouts. But for the first couple of weeks, especially for the first couple of weeks of the season, once Wiseman gets full clearance, the Warriors may bring him along slowly with a stint in the G League before throwing him back into the rotation.
Oof.
That's just probably to get,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Match-
minutes
match.
into him, but
yeah.
Sharpie would be playing in the G League with Kuminga.
What do you reckon so far, though? Giannis and Curry top of the race for the MVP?
Yeah, obviously.
LaMelo
Maybe
Yeah, I
even
was going to
someone
say
like
that, but we're obviously going to get to that
Julius
later on.
Randle.
Nah.
Mans did play well.
He's poo.
We get into that too.
Anyway, we'll touch on a few games today,
He's
as
poo
we
like
said.
the whole bloody OKC team.
So we'll get to probably the most intense game of the day, and that was the Pacers versus the Hornets. So,
That was the most intense game.
Yep. We'll start there. So obviously the Hornets were down like 28 at one stage, I think, in the third quarter.
And then Sabongo just stopped playing.
Oh, he was on the bench for a bit, but yeah, he stopped.
Yeah, no,
he stopped playing. Obviously, he's not very good defensively, but I mean, he still had 33 and 15. So I mean,
no, he did look good.
Yeah. Well, in saying that, their rookie Dwight. Well, that was fun. Was I crackling out halfway through that?
Big time.
I was just hearing you say,
that was so good.
Anyway,
that's pretty much what we were hearing.
We'll go back to the Pacers now. So
Mick Goldberger has left the party.
Mick Lagberger.
Well, now I'm back. So yes, I think obviously Sabonis had the really good game, but I think Duarte in his first game was probably, I'd say, out of the rookies that have played so far, he's probably had the most impressive first game. Had 21 point. Was it 21?
27
27, 5 and 1. I mean, that's a good start, even though they lost. But I mean, no one really on the Hornets defending him, I don't think. But did any of you watch this game or?
I watched a bit while I was.
Some of us had to work. Sorry.
I was in line. I was in line getting a vaccine today. So I watched. I was watching a bit of it in line.
Nice.
So.
Don't lie, you weren't getting the vax. You were just there judging people getting the vax because you're an anti-vaxxer.
Yeah, no, it's just betray me like that.
I'm kidding. Okay. But no, I think, LaMelo Ball kept him in. Well, he kept him in at day one. He won them the game, 31, 9 and 7. Good for my fantasy, at least. He got like 60 points for me.
Yeah, no, that's fucking fabulous. Thanks.
And I had Gordon Hayward that got 27, 5 and 3. So
yeah. And watch next week, your next game will come out and have like 10 points and do fuck all.
Who, Gordon or?
Gordon.
Nah, trusting Gordon. I loved him last year for my fantasy. I love him this year.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I didn't watch the end of that game, which was disappointing.
I think it was at the end of the game. I think Sabonis missed an attempt at a game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, let's move on from Sabonis. He's not good. We all know
it. Better than Randall. Anyway, I'm just going to say this briefly. The Raptors completely disappointing. We won't go into that game because no one cares about the Wizards. But
no,
disappointing.
No. Kyle Kuzma today, 11 points, 15 rebounds,
and none of those stats I care. What was his efficiency? 2 for 8 from 3 or something, wasn't it?
4 for 13 from the field, 2 for 9 from 3.
Exactly.
Oh, that is
5 turnovers.
Yeah, well, moving on.
He's in career high form.
Sharpie, I'll let you take the lead on this next game because it's the Knicks.
Yeah, no, this was a very, very tense game. It was a slow start for both teams. Really, I think we got off to an 8-0 lead, and then that just went away real quick. And then Boston just started smashing us out of the park for a bit. And we brought it back with some close moments and stuff. Obviously, we couldn't stop Jalen Brown, who had 46 points today against us. He was just hitting everything. But what I liked today was the improvement on defense from RJ Barrett. Put Jason Tatum in jail. Tatum shot 7 for 30.
Why not put him on Jalen Brown then?
Everything, like the Knicks offense.
Great question, Lachie.
Yeah, I agree.
The Knicks offense was we couldn't do much. The Celtics were just switching everything to them up. So then we had to go back to the ISO. With Kemba Walker, he didn't, he wasn't a spark, but he was there and he was playing well. Obviously, Derrick Rose off the bench also.
Him and Toppin look good, Sharpie.
Yeah, Obi Toppin really stood up today.
Good.
He had a career high 14 points. I know that's nothing special, but
he looked real
teams
good.
don't play rookies, so he didn't get many minutes last year.
Yeah,
but
quickly still playing 8 minutes. What the fuck?
I was about to say I know it's only one game, but I watched those 8 minutes that he was on the court, and I think I messaged you, Sharpie. I didn't like how he was playing in those 8 minutes. Obviously, he's gonna probably catch form.
There's sometimes where you can just go missing heaps and just there'll be games where he'll shoot 1 for 10 or something.
Well,
but
I felt like he was taking heat checks without actually being hot.
Yeah, that's what he does. And I don't know why Tibbs hasn't said to him, pull your head in.
Yeah.
Look, I bet you he has.
Yeah, he probably has. Knowing Tibbs, he probably has.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was a slow start for RJ Barrett. I don't think he scored till third quarter, but for him to end up with 19 points, I think that's great for him.
Good.
Obviously,
had the most minutes on the court from the Knicks.
Yeah, 47 minutes he played, obviously, because of the double overtime. But yeah, he played really well. Shot a couple of nice threes. Shot a really good 3 in the first period of overtime. I think over Tatum, or over Marcus Smart. Yes, it was good for that. Obviously, Mitchell Robinson in his first game, proper game back in I think 6 months for him to come with 17 boards
Big
today.
Pick up for Lachie.
And 2 blocks.
100%. He was on my bench until who was it that I had to sub him out for? I had to get rid of him for. I think I might have had Cade Cunningham on there, and he was a game time decision, and he went out, so I had to swap him over. So I'm very happy with that. 40.9 points. My big boys are showing up. I'm happy with it.
I'm just surprised.
Porzingis has left, which is a bit of a worry. I don't know why I picked him. I think he was a pick because I did this when I was running.
Well, don't run then.
Yeah, I shouldn't.
I'm surprised that Sharpie didn't mention in that quick spurt the one player that probably saved them in those overtimes, Evan Fournier.
I was about to, but both of you just interrupted me.
The king.
I literally had
the man that. And then the man that nearly cost you the whole thing in Kemba Walker.
Oh,
my God. What was he doing?
That whole defensive, that whole shit at the end was terrible to watch.
Like, bro, why do you have to protect the paint when you're 3 points up? Like, let him have it too.
And what's he going to do in the paint?
It was Schroeder, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Someone that looked like Schroeder.
Yeah, it was Schroeder, but Kemba's not going to bloody block Schroeder. If anything, you'd probably foul him on an attempt or something.
Stupid.
But,
that Jalen Brown shot that he hit, nothing you can do about that. That's just that was insane. But
Jalen Brown was on the whole game, so you expect him to
be hot.
Marcus Smart, that clutch shot. He also played well today. 15 points,
fuck,
8 rebounds, 6
Fournier had 32 points, Liam.
He could not miss. He could not miss in the first period of overtime.
Holy shit.
He was ridiculous. He
was really nice. Another player that played well today, I think, and he's probably not going to get enough credit for it. Robert Williams, 16 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, 5 blocks, and only one foul.
And it came in the first overtime.
Yeah, exactly. He was sending it back, which is good.
Randall.
He was playing on Randall. I think when we had the Randall,
he obviously played really well, letting Randall have 36 points, 35 points. Yeah, no, he played real well.
Yeah, he was sort of getting bullied in the post by him a lot, but but that's still good. That's still a good box score for him. I think it's a good box score for anyone, really.
Yeah.
And also in the last quarter, we could have had it easily if we just kept leaving Grant Williams open for 3, and he kept knocking them down. So I think, that's going to obviously Tibbs being a defensive coach, that's going to be something we're going to be working on a lot.
100%
is making sure that you're leaving the right people open, and so, I don't know. I'm hoping next game against Orlando, it's much better on defense. Offense, I think we were fantastic today. So yeah.
Well, they were even going
absolutely.
off. They were even going off at the commentating was going off at RJ Barrett for the last defensive play in the first overtime because they had a foul to give, and he was on an island with Tatum, and he didn't choose to give the foul, and obviously Tatum got a good look and he airballed it. But would you hypothetically foul in that situation if you could go back if he's tired knowing that he missed?
Just for safety, you probably would.
Yeah,
depends. Like it's sort of if he's on an island, he like drives. Maybe you would just foul him. And
I think RJ probably has PTSD from the time that Tatum hit that game winner over.
Yeah,
correct.
That was the exact same spot as well.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like the Celtics have always been good at running plays off the inbounds, whether it's because Brad Stevens was the coach or whether it's because the players actually know how to execute. So I'd personally probably not actually foul there. And I think it was especially the way he was defending him all game, and it was overtime. He was going to be fatigued. I mean,
back him in.
What about the turning point? Jalen Brown missing the dunk.
Yeah, that was during the bloody Knicks fiasco of being crap. We turned into the 2016 Knicks at that time. Yeah, no, I don't know, but that's just got to be fatigue.
Yeah.
There. So yeah.
I agree. Well, we'll take a quick break and we'll be back in just a moment. And we're back from that break. So we'll move on to the next game that we're not going to actually, I'm going to break it up. We'll talk about a few rookies that played. So obviously my Thunder played, they lost. What a surprise. Going to be in the lottery probably. You never know. We could make the play in somehow.
This next year as well.
Next year we're going to have Karl Anthony Towns and another good rookie and all-star Josh Giddey. So obviously there was Giddey's debut. He had 4, 10, and 3. Didn't shoot that efficient. He played better than the numbers suggest. Obviously you're playing a team like OKC. They're going to miss layups. They're going to miss open shots. He probably should have had 3 or 4 more assists. Another rookie that played today, Jalen Suggs, 10, 1 and 1 and 1, plays for Orlando. I don't really care for Orlando. Franz Wagner played a bit better. Do you have any rookies that played today that you want to talk about, Sharpie?
Evan Mobley played today, 17, 9 and 6 with 1 block as well and 1 steal. Yeah, he played superb, obviously, next to Jared Allen.
That was a big front court.
Would have liked to have seen a bit more from Zaire Williams from Memphis, but yeah, that's okay.
Davion Mitchell.
I would have liked to have seen a bit more from Scotty Barnes also. 12 and 9. Obviously, it was against, they got dominated against the Wizards today. Davion Mitchell also would have liked to have seen a bit more from him. He played a fair amount of time and not to do much.
Did he play on Lillard much? Because I saw Lillard shot 8 of 24, but
I think he just played. I don't even know if he played on any of the start. I think he might have played on Lillard for a bit, but I think it was mainly McCollum that was doing the scoring for them. So.
And one of the favourites, Jalen Greene, 9, 4 and 4, shooting poorly from the field, 28%. Against a Timberwolves team that's okay, but I think Sengun had good numbers off the bench, actually. 11, 6, 2 and 3. That's not too bad off the bench.
The hard thing for Green is he's going to be on a bit like Giddey. He's just on a trash team.
Yeah, and it's the same with Suggs. But like I feel like Jalen Greene might be in a bit of a situation similar to Jalen Suggs, whereas like Suggs has got to deal with Cole Anthony as well. Jalen Green's going to have to deal with Kevin Porter Jr.
Yeah, but Kevin Porter Jr. is better than Cole Anthony.
Yeah, but I think Cole Anthony is just a bit more arrogant.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, but Oh, actually, I don't know because Kevin Porter Jr.'s got some issues from the
True.
Cavs.
Troy, you got this. Yeah. Correct.
But no, but I just think those two rookies, it's going to be a bit harder to fit into their teams. Whereas Giddy, you just need players to make the friggin' shots to get his stats. Obviously, the Sixers smashed the Pelicans. I think there was no real surprise there. Sharpie accidentally waived Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and he's regretting that.
I'm picking him up when he clears waivers.
Well, what if someone else picks him up?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm leaving the fantasy league.
When the going gets tough, Ollie.
I said to Lachie today, I said that if no one's picked him up by tonight, I'm going to try and pick him up.
No one can pick him up because Brad tried to do it as well. It's until he clears waivers.
Yeah, but then whoever... Wait, so can you claim him back?
Whoever's got the highest waiver, I think, gets him.
So, and I think that's Isaac, but I don't know if he'll want to pick him up or if he'll know. But I don't think Jock Landale didn't play today, did he? Did anyone know?
Yeah, he played. I think he played 5 minutes.
Point.
Oh, his first NBA point.
Yeah, he played
free throw.
4 minutes. Yeah, 1 point, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 block.
So he's not as good as Mitch
stuff in the
Creek.
stat sheet.
He's not as good as Mitch Creek.
No, he's just having Ollie 2K numbers.
Oh,
I would have expected them to play Landale a bit more, probably about 10 to 13 minutes.
Would have been good
thought,
to
wouldn't
see.
you?
We'll get back to the game. So Nuggets getting swept last season in the playoffs by the Suns, come out and win in Phoenix, surprisingly enough. Devin Booker played pretty bad by his standards, and Michael Porter Jr. Other than Clay, he's probably got the smoothest jump shot in the league. I think that is a piece of art watching him shoot the ball.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's not as consistent as Clay, but it just looks so smooth.
Yeah. Dude, they did not have a single person get over double-digit rebounds.
The Suns.
Yeah. Not one.
Well, Ayton, when I checked in the first 4 minutes of the game, he had like 6 points, 4 rebounds. I'm like, oh, geez, she's really going to go off here. And then he just quiet down. Did you see the other day he walked into the training facility with a Alfred Payton training singlet on? Just
that's gold.
Yeah.
What's the go with DeAndre Ayton's contract? Like
that's why he wore it.
It's meant to be pay Ayton.
Yeah, instead
that's the meaning behind it.
But it's a terrible.
That is so childish.
That's not a message you want to be sending to your front office, you know.
And coming out and having 15 points and grabbing 6 rebounds as a big 7-foot center.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Dickhead.
Yeah.
Like fair enough, you're versing the MVP, but like you were in the finals last year. You got to be stepping it up even more. You're gonna want to prove to the front office that you are worth that amount of money.
Yeah. Everyone these days is just like, I'm this good, pay me.
Yeah.
They don't actually want to go out there and earn it. I think they
just
get paid.
You're either worth less than that or you're worth a whole lot more than that. So
well, that's the thing. I think reports came out that they were talking about how hard it was for Chris Paul and Devin Booker to get him off his gaming and everything and actually work on becoming a better player for him.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You got to realize that you're going to be a contending team. You know, you got to take sacrifices. You got to give, you got to give 100% into everything about basketball. It's whether it's training, diet, game time, and everything. So,
yep, 100%.
But Booker, I mean, he had 12 points.
Just because you're in the league doesn't mean you're going to be here forever. So,
yeah, Booker having 12 points isn't great. Jay Crowder.
I think the
2
Suns,
points.
I think the Suns kind of wanted they've been briefly rumored that they want to go in for Towns if they, I don't know what the situation with Ayton will be, but
I know who I'd rather.
Yeah, I'd much rather Towns as well.
Today.
I mean, Towns is just he's unreal, but
Mm.
Don't know what.
No, I feel like imagine how good he would be with Chris Paul. Oh, my God.
So that's the thing. But in Karl Anthony Towns' rookie year, he had a mentor in Kevin Garnett, one of the hardest workers in the league, in his final year. And Garnett was working Towns' ass off every practice and stuff. And Towns, took the chance to do that as well. Most people, most rookies just don't care and stuff. But Cat took that opportunity to work out with Garnett. So.
Yep. Andre Ayton wouldn't do that. DeAndre Ayton wouldn't do that. Sorry.
That just reminds me quickly. We'll touch on it quickly. The Ben Simmons situation again.
He had to mention it.
I had to bring it up.
He had to mention it.
I'm not getting triggered.
I'm
not getting triggered.
Do you think? Who do you think? I think Doc Rivers has done it. He's finessed him there. He's told him to come back and said he wanted him back and all of that. And then when he does come back, he's got a reason to fine him and suspend him. So, I mean,
you would have thought, him just rocking up, would have been like, oh, maybe a slight change of heart, but for him to just go there and not give a shit.
Try him with his friggin' phone in his pocket.
And it's also like, you shouldn't be surprised either. Well, I don't know why this shouldn't be a shock to the Sixers. You knew he was going to be petty and everything. He was going to be sulking and it's you just got to do what you got to do, and suspending him is fine.
But this is the thing now with him. Who is going to want him and all the baggage he's going to come with?
Did you see the Pelicans saying it? They were chanting, "We want Simmons."
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
it's another DeMarcus Cousins situation in that.
Yeah, whoever is going to get him every away game, they are going to get the shit ripped through them all game.
I feel bad.
I think that's going to be good for
he's in my
Embiid,
fantasy.
I actually think that's going to be good for Embiid though, because he's going to want that, and he's going to want someone to light a fire under his ass, and he's going to come.
Yeah, no, that's true, but
it shouldn't have to be though.
No,
it shouldn't have to have come to this.
Who was it today? Was it you that sent through that scouting report, Sharpie, when he was coming through?
Yeah, when he was just coming out of college. Jonathan Givney said that he needs, he needs to be
pretty much just a child.
Yeah,
he needs to be coddled
around him.
Yeah, it doesn't help when of all players to have in this type of situation. Of all teammates to have, Joel Embiid is not.
Yeah, he is the last person. The last person you want.
I mean, it's funny to watch, but
yeah,
this saga needs to end rather soon. But we'll quickly touch on the last game of the day. Blazers versus Kings. Obviously, Harrison Barnes.
Didn't watch it.
Harrison,
I don't think my fancy at all.
I don't think anyone wanted to watch it. But just to bring it up, Lillard has come out and said that even if the season starts off rocky, he's going to stick through it and he doesn't want to jump ship or anything.
Say that.
The thing is that they're going to be saying that straight away. They did it with who's the quarterback? Oh, I just forgot. The quarterback for the Bears.
Rodgers.
No, I just forgot.
Justin Fields.
Justin they came out with Fields straight away and said that should he try and move out of Chicago. So they're going to do that with Lillard straight away as well.
Yeah.
Well, CJ,
that's the way the media's gone. Like, everyone's
because the Knicks won, they're not going to laugh at the Knicks because they're going to talk about Lillard now. So.
And they were saying that
star
CJ
needs to win a ring. So whenever he's not winning, go somewhere, win a ring.
It's Stephen A. Smith. I've heard rumors that.
Let's not talk about Stephen A. Smith. I can't stand that man. He can fucking. But not a fan of him at all.
CJ definitely helped his trade value for Simmons.
For my fantasy.
Yeah, but I think the Blazers will be the first team to make a trade this season.
Yeah. What do you reckon about
reasonably big trade?
Yeah. What do you think about Simmons for someone like Marvin Bagley and a few other things, like having a deal go through with them?
Well, if he goes to the Kings, you need to get at least either healed Halliburton or
they are willing. Kings are willing to move on Bagley. So I can
That's
see.
what I mean. And
I
like,
don't think
players
his
may-
value's that high, and he
Yeah,
wouldn't fit
well,
with
teams
the
may
they're
not
gonna
want him
have
right
to-
now, but they can ship him off for other picks and stuff. Like,
I reckon it'll be a
Yeah.
3-team trade if
It's
it.
like it's
Yeah,
sort of like a
exactly.
scratch your back, you scratch.
I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine. Is that what you're trying to say, Sharpie?
before he cut out. But yeah, I still think the Blazers will be the first one to make the trade. I don't see why you'd make. I think Simmons is worth more than CJ McCollum, even after all this shit. I still feel like
See, I don't reckon he is now after all this shit.
Yeah,
With
Yeah,
what
I
he
know.
comes with.
Yeah, but I think Philly, there's still a player there, and they know that Ben Simmons, wherever he goes, is going to be better than what he was at Philly to prove a point, and that's what Philly are holding out for, because they know that they don't want to get fleeced in something like that and get rid of a player who apparently is shit,
for
and
nothing,
then him turning out good. It's like with Detroit buying out.
They're
Blake
kind of
Griffin.
putting the foot down like Tottenham did with Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Do you think people have started to underrate how good Simmons is?
A little bit, just because of everything that's going on. But once this goes past and if he starts playing good ball again, I think people will forget about it.
Imagine if if he does, I don't know if he will, hypothetically, if he plays a game for the Sixers, say it's away on the road, first possession pulls up and shoots a three, even if he misses it, does that say much to you, or do you reckon?
Depends on if it's a high percentage shot or not. If he's just going to start jacking threes for no reason, then that's going to be a problem. Yeah, it'd be good to see him shoot threes, but if he's not going to shoot good high percentage threes,
shots,
then it's going to be bad.
Yeah, literally. Jeff Rowe literally just sent me that thing that I was telling you about. Shout out to the great man.
Now we've brought it up, just a quick on the spot thing. What teams do you think will be the first team to make a significant trade based on their current roster and everything?
I reckon OKC will ship Giddy off after today's performance. That was abysmal.
Oh, shit the whole team off. More draft picks.
I reckon Portland and the Kings will be pretty close to being one of the first ones. The Raptors, the way they played today, Jesus Christ.
Get rid of Goran Dragic.
Getting someone like Siakam out of there, man.
Well, he's injured, so I mean,
he's too good to be there. I know he's won a chip and everything. See, this is a thing again. You say, "Oh, this guy's too good to be there." Like it's just the way everything's gone now.
Well, LaMelo came out the other
exactly
day
what I was about to bring up,
and said, he thought it was just, you get drafted, you stay there, and you build from there. Like that's and like that's how you're gonna get better, just playing with the same players all the time,
having the same coach, same GM. Stability.
But sometimes you do got to change it up a bit, but it doesn't mean you have to change scenery. That's the thing. With the team and with the teaming up bullshit and like that, that's what annoys me and stuff. I like it removes the competitiveness from the games and stuff.
Yeah, like you look at back in the day, like with MJ and that, like when he went to New York and Portland against Drexler and Patrick Ewing and that, like. You build it up for that because you're going to get it every single year at the same team, Madison Square. Like you knew exactly what you were going to get. Whereas these days, you don't know where anyone's going to end up.
And I really like that from LaMelo.
It's
really encouraging. Like saying he's got that old school mentality.
He's showing the maturity already,
and I think
as a leader for that team.
I think he's going to be he's going to become a player that's going to attract players to want to go to Charlotte too.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is going to help.
Well, and not only...
And for such a small market team as well.
It's not just MJ now being the owner. You got actually half-decent players. But
100%.
I think it's more LaMelo makes them better. I think that's what it's more.
Yeah, definitely.
Like you look at someone like Miles Bridges, and he's made him 100% better than what he was. Cody Zeller last year, made it. Bismack Biyombo.
Code Z, our boy.
Don't
even though he's at the Trailblazers now. I think. You look at like
doesn't matter. Code Z, the man.
Not on Sam's team though.
No,
we don't like that.
No, we don't like.
It's all about Plumlee now.
Now,
We don't like Sam.
Now, you're not going to hear me say this often. I've actually.
OKC's trash.
Well, they're not, so I'm not going to say that often or at all,
Well,
really.
wow.
You
No,
just said you expected them to lose.
Sure. Anyway, I actually have agreed with Kendrick Perkins on a point he's made about Ben Simmons ruining the look of the game for the younger generation coming through. Thinking, he's given a perceived point that like you can just sook your way and get what you want
Out of some, yeah.
Even though it's in your contract that you got to show up to work.
Mate, that is just the way the world is going these days.
Cancel everything.
And it's just
the
way that we're being brought up, and it's not going to get. There's going to be more people like that. I think Kevin Porter Jr. is going to be like that from the Rockets. I think there's going to be a lot of players that are going to end up being like him. It's just the way that these people are being brought up these days. Everything's got to be hand-fed to them and don't work for any of them.
Yep. Just got to get some tough love, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on, final part that we'll touch on is fantasy. So we did our fantasy draft the other week. It was a bit of a shambles early on. Lachie decided to go for his run, even though we established the time earlier that week. Frizy couldn't log in for a bit, so he had a few auto picks and he was playing Destiny. So he got a couple of players he didn't want, and I'm quite happy with my team though. I've got Lachie first week of course, and
it's going to be pretty close between us, I think, Golly.
Yeah. Well, I do have one upper hand because I have one more game being played. So
yeah, typical.
Just got to think your way through it, but no, it does look like it's going to be really good. And obviously, I have to beat you because you've named your team. Okay, see you later.
Do we want to go through the names of the teams?
Yeah, we may as well. Do you want to read?
Probably
them
not
out?
probably not the last.
Yeah,
one.
probably not.
No, we'll don't worry. I won't say that one. That's pretty funny. I think we know who that is, but
yep.
And my brother hasn't figured out.
Yeah, Nick hasn't changed anything. That's spastic, but anyway. So my team's OKC. You later. Yours is Giddy Up.
Yep.
So
might
in terms of Josh Giddy.
Yep.
And then Dame Time by OKC, who is Sam. I love that. That gave me inspiration for mine. We've got the Woj Bomb, which I'm guessing is Sharpie.
Yeah, me being the analyst for the Locker Room
podcast. Correct.
My hero.
Correct. We have another. I don't know who.
Oh, yeah, I don't think you can say that.
No.
Either.
No. I wasn't going to say that. So there's one. If you just want to go into it, you can have a look. And then it'd be good if it actually showed like who the person was.
The next one's Isaac.
I think if you go, I think you tap
Rose one is Isaac.
Yeah, Rose before women.
No, you can say that one. You can say that one.
Okay, Rose before hose. Okay, I'll say that one. And then Fries and your brother's got Giddy ACL.
It's just
Dude,
shocks
if that
at
happens
me.
this year,
It's not the injury ACL.
Oh my goodness!
I'll kick him from the league. I am the commissioner.
It's not what we pray for, but
no. But hey, we're all about it.
Bit of banter.
It's his team.
Bit of friendly.
Yeah,
banter.
love that. The next team is, I'm guessing, is it De Balzac?
Yeah, that's Bradley McCallus.
It's DeMar. It's DeMar.
Lonzo Ball and Zach LaVine.
That is appalling.
It's disgusting.
Brad, if you're watching this, I hope that you die in the mines tomorrow. Not really. I love you. But that is appalling. Pull your head in. Change it right now. I'd actually rather your brother's team, Ollie, and it's Nicholas's notable team. That is so much better than
What a great name. What a great name.
D-Balls
To be fair, he's beating Pony. We'll just leave that as
and
Pony's name.
The last one, we can't say that because typical Jack Maroney, just taking things too far all the time, just for
what do you mean?
Bit of attention.
It's
hey,
funny,
it's hilarious, but not appropriate for this.
Pony's pussy lickers.
Oh. Well, There you go. Anyway,
We'll mute that out.
no, I'm not editing that out. That can stay. If people want to hear it, they can hear it. But he did have the first pick, and he didn't take Jokic, so I was gifted with Jokic
Yeah.
second. So I'm
Yeah,
happy with that.
I was expecting him to take Jokic.
I was expecting him to take LeBron.
That is way too good.
So does anyone? I'll put on Twitter who wins out of me and Lachie, so it better be me.
Yeah. Have to.
Does anyone have
here we
anything
go.
else they want to bring on fantasy?
Nah. Just reiterating what I said before, Brad, pull your head in.
Yeah, I agree.
And then your photo is the turtle off over the hedge. Like,
that photo is good.
Burn.
if you ever watch this, Brad, I hope that you take a good
Also,
hard
if
look at
anyone in
yourself.
the fantasy group is watching, can you just not take Nickel Alexander-Walker, please? I didn't mean to trade him. I was meant to trade someone else, and I accidentally.
But in
tapped on-
saying that, Ollie, he does have the great man Lou Dort on his team. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I think I honestly have the best photo for the fantasy group, to be honest. It's just become an iconic photo over the time.
It has for all the wrong reasons.
Hey.
I thought
all
my
the
photo
wrong
of Kobe
reasons.
White's pretty funny, but anyway.
Yeah, it is
Wow.
funny, but wow.
Wow, bro.
Anyway,
That's crazy.
this has been a slightly longer episode than I thought, but thankfully the NBA
It's been
is
great
back.
fun.
Before we go, actually, just very quickly, Liverpool United result prediction. What is it?
Goodbye.
Okay, that's lucky, guys. 3-2 for me. Liverpool's way. I think
Yeah.
United will somehow score. Obviously, you have no trust in United.
I'm just gonna. I don't.
Salah, the best player in the world right now, as well. I'm just saying
Correct.
that.
He is
No
by a
doubt.
mile. How? I understand if Sam watches this, I get it.
They're
How
reversing Watford.
Firmino and Salah should have got a team of the week in FIFA this week.
Yeah.
Salah's game was.
He scored a fucking hat trick, and he didn't
I
get
know
one.
he should have got one.
Wait, no, Firmino got one, didn't he?
Yeah, Firmino got one.
Yeah,
but Salah
That's what I'm-
didn't.
Yeah,
Salah, that assist was unbelievable, and that goal.
it's 2 in
Anyway.
2 weeks that he scored that could be. Oh, they're not going to be goal of the years, but one of them might be. But
Well, that's that one on
Man City.
whenever it was Tuesday or whatever.
Yeah.
That was
He just
like that control was just insane. And then to finish it, just see you later. Bit of that Dame Lillard's type. See ya, bro.
But it's late.
You got it.
It's late at
Paul
night.
George
So
in
I'll,
goal.
I'll have to be waking up in the morning watching the replay. So I'll make sure none of you
fuck that.
ruin it for me. So
Fuck that.
I'm taking
essential
Liverpool
after work.
3-2. I'm not even going to ask you what your score prediction is because you
2-0.
Oh,
Not our way. We won't score.
Sharpie.
Especially if you're just going to keep playing Fred. I don't care.
Don't even start me on Fred, Liam. Do
Uh,
not even go there.
even today, you didn't even play Fred. You played Fred instead of Pogba.
I haven't even watched it.
You're
know
losing
we
2-0
won.
at halftime.
I woke up this morning to go to work and we were 2-0 down at halftime. And I'm thinking, oh, yeah, this is going to be a great day. I'm going to absolutely roasted in our group chats. And thank God for Ronaldo again. Like, if we didn't have him this year, Ole would be out the door already.
It's like the
He'd be
Lakers.
gone.
They're just relying on a 36-year-old man to carry them.
I think he's contributing
correct.
though to them wanting Ole out because he does. I don't think he wants Ole there at all.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
you
he
can't blame
hasn't been the greatest, but I don't know. Who do you bring in? That's
Mm.
the next thing.
That could have been a
Really
video
don't know.
idea, a combined 11 between the two, but it probably would have just been.
Bring in Scalzi.
Give it to Giggs.
He'd put him in line.
Anyway, all right. Thanks for joining us, lads. We'll be back
Anytime, my friend.
We'll be back next time. Hopefully, I'll figure out whether we go Friday or Saturday again. But thanks for joining us, and
Hopefully,
goodbye.
OKC have a win by then.
Yep, we probably won't. We won't. All right. See ya.